And welcome back everyone to the Clay Soldier Battle Tournament 2015. We are starting the 4th round of the Elimination set. Pink Lightning versus Pyrorange. An interesting matchup. We have Lightning versus Fire. And on my right, we have the Pink Lightning's loadout. They are equipped with horses for their basic units, emeralds, sugar cane, and sugar, and flint for their spears. And their elite units are equipped with a horse to ride into battle on, emerald for lightning, redstone to disable their opponents, flint, sugar, and sugar cane. Definitely a more offensive capable unit if I ever saw one in this tournament so far. And for Pyrorange on the left we have, for their basic units, blaze rods, wool padded armor, fire charges, sugarcane, and iron ingot cores. This is the first time we've seen fire charges in this tournament. They are a ranged fire attack. They do not do much damage, but they set the enemy on fire. And for the elite units, we have an extra set of elite units to join them in battle, riding upon Pegasi, equipped with a blaze rod for melee, fire charges for range, brown mushrooms to heal, sugarcane, and wool padded armor. They definitely are weaker in terms of offense, and if things go the way that they've been so far this tournament, it may not be looking that bright of a future for Pyrorange. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to get them loaded up into their waiting areas in the Duneland Desert. Who will win? I'm putting my money this time on Pink Lightning. And with both teams finally loaded in, we have Pyrorange versus Pink Lightning ready to go. Pink Lightning is going to be a little bit slower at the start because riding on a horse actually slows you down when you have sugar. Being off the horse makes you much faster. However, the horse will occasionally take damage for you, making a horse slightly better armor in the long run. So, who will win? Fire versus lightning? 3, 2, 1, begin the fight! Pyrorange is starting on the side of the desert with a little bit of a river in it, making it so that, well, the river would make it so that their fire attacks would be largely ineffective against enemy units. Ooh, and Pink Lightning and Pyrorange are actually fairly evenly matched in this fight. Who would have guessed that? Typically it's the side that has the most offensive damage that becomes a winner. And Pyrorange is losing a lot more soldiers in the long run, it seems. Looks like most of the Pegasus units have been taken out early on in this fight, unless of course they are stuck inside of their own waiting area. Unlikely, but it is a possibility. It looks like we've used up all of our range attacks on both sides of the fight. Pyrorange is left with nothing but a weak attack that causes fire, and unfortunately they are fighting in a river, making their fiery attacks essentially useless. At this point, it looks like we might just be facing a bit of a mop-up for Pink Lightning. It's not very many orange units left. There's one guy still on a Pegasus, flying around, avoiding being hit. Thankfully, Pink Lightning is all out of their lightning charges, allowing him to just kind of hover around and avoid being taken out any longer. Eventually, that horse is going to come down, though. Just a question of how long until that happens. And he touched down on the ground for a brief moment there, but if nothing happens in the next... Oh, he's taking damage. We'll give him 60 more seconds. He's only got 8 HP left. Oh, but he had a brown mushroom on him, so he did heal up a bit. Perhaps this fight will end up being called due to a technical knockout. Oh, his Pegasus is down. Pegasus down. He is stuck in the midst of a giant mob of pink lightning units, and he is finally taken out. Pink lightning wins this round, clearly showing that a better offense is far superior to a damage over time. Let's get in there and clean this up. Welcome everyone to the 5th round of the Clay Soldier Battle Tournament 2015. We have a very, very exciting match that we are going to be viewing this time around. We have the Pumpkin Pounders versus the Yellow Horde. The Pumpkin Pounders loadout is as follows. They have gecko units, wool padded armor, iron studded shields. They have replaced their stick with a shear, making them slightly weaker in terms of offense, but they have some extra men to join them in battle. And their elite units have trained extra men as well, along with acquired some extra elite units themselves. They have an emerald block for range attack, wool padded armor, a gecko mount, and a shear blade. The Pumpkin Pounders definitely are weaker in terms of melee capabilities, but they do have some extra numbers to back them up. However, the Yellow Horde is all about the numbers. They have extra men to bring into battle, wool padded armor, flint sharpened sticks, and are mounted upon sand horses. And their elite units have actually sacrificed almost every single point of their advanced training to get more men to join the Horde. Yes, that is right. An extra 16 men from both sides of the aisle, making the Yellow Horde the largest army in this tournament so far. And the elite units have sacrificed all offensive and defensive bonuses, giving them just the basic loadout, along with horses, of course. This is going to be an interesting fight. Numbers versus numbers. Who will win as they take to the field in Ender Surprise? Let's find out, shall we? And here we have it. The Yellow Horde in all their basic upgraded massive army glory versus the Pumpkin Pounders riding upon their geckos with their weaker offensive capabilities but heightened defensive capabilities. I'd be lying if I said that I believe that the Pumpkin Pounders stood a fair chance at winning this battle, as clearly the Yellow Horde has the numbers and the offense. So who will win? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1. And they are off. Cavalry unit versus cavalry unit. Offense versus defense. This is a fight to the death between two massive armies. Yellow Horde taking an early loss in this fight. They have taken a few injuries from the arrow traps scattered around the arena. Surprisingly, the Pumpkin Pounders are doing a fair amount of damage to their numbers early on. Perhaps I was mistaken in assuming they would not be able to take out the Yellow Horde. So far, the losses on both sides are remaining fairly constant and even. We have units that have fallen off of their mounts, and mounts that have lost their riders. Surprisingly, the fight is going on at a fairly even pace, both sides losing an equal amount of units so far. The fighting has even pushed back into the Pumpkin Pounders' spawn room area. If the fight remains a fairly even matchup throughout the entire battle, though, that definitely leans in favor of the Yellow Horde, as they would have enough numbers to outlast the Pumpkin Pounders, but it seems that the Pumpkin Pounders have run out of fuel. They have a few units that are trying to hide up in the upper parts of the arena, sticking to the walls on their Gecko mounts, but the Gecko mounts just cannot keep up. They cannot keep their riders safe from the Yellow Horde. It is very clear now. The Pumpkin Pounders just did not have the might to take out the Horde. Does anyone in this tournament? And with the last Pumpkin Pounder surrounded by almost 40 yellow units, they have been eliminated. It was a massacre. A real big massacre. But who knows, we might see them again. Then again, we might not. We do have more tournament matches to do. Stay tuned and see who fights next. And welcome everyone to round 6 of the elimination set of the Clay Battle Soldier Tournament 2015. I screwed up the title, but I do not care, because today's battle is going to be Smog Hop versus Purple Thunder. Purple Thunder's loadout is as follows. Their basic units are equipped with emerald blocks and wool padded armor, and they have extra men. Yes, they do not have very many upgrades purchased, but they do have some extra power in terms of their emerald block loadout. And their elite units are equipped with emerald blocks as well, bone clubs, a brick core, and redstone dust. Now, this is the first time we're seeing the brick core used in the tournament, and I have to mention one thing about it. The brick core renders the soldier equipped with it completely immobile. Yes, that's right, they cannot move. As such, any soldiers equipped with a brick core are going to automatically start inside the arena. They will not be on the enemy's side of the arena, however. They will be spawning outside of their own gate. This is to make it so that the battle is most likely going to be out in the arena and not inside of the spawn zones. Anyway, their opponents, Smog Hop, are equipped with fire charges, flint, horses, wool, and sugarcane, and their elite units are mounted upon bunnies. Yes, they are going to be hopping along. They are also equipped with some fire charges, wool padded armor, flint, spears, sugarcane, and instant knockout blaze powder. And they will be fighting on Salvation Island, which is unfortunate for Smog Hop, as their main range attack will be put out in the ocean of the arena. Will they be able to overcome their minor disadvantage? Or will the waves of Salvation Island drench their ambition? Let's find out. And the teams are set. Smog Hop on the right, Purple Thunder on the left with their sentry units, prepared to fend off the mounted cavalry unit of Smog Hop. Which team is superior? We can only guess. Actually, we can see right now. Let the fight begin. Purple Thunder and Smog Hop taken to the ocean, making their way towards the center island. And the first shot has been fired. Purple Thunder has been hit with a fireball. No side has lost any units so far. Oh, there we go. First 2 units. Both sides have lost 1 unit. Smog Hop taking more losses than Purple Thunder. Lightning is flying all throughout the water here. Smog Hop is trying as hard as they can to keep Purple Thunder ablaze, but the ocean just is not agreeing with their tactics in this battle. The elite units of Purple Thunder have not been able to join the fray so far. No Smog Hop soldier has made it to their ranks. In fact, no Smog Hop soldier will ever be able to make it to their ranks, as they are now all dead. This was a short and sweet fight. Smog Hop no longer pollute the world with the smoke of their burning enemies. Let's get in there, get them cleaned up, and ready to fight in the next battle.